Hey guys, it's Shadowswalm, and I'm bringing this video up just so I can get, your guys' opinion on something. This has been a big factor in League and many other MOBAs for quite some time, but it's more prevalent in League than anything else. It's the whole call order versus pick order debacle, where you'll go, say, do your ranked games for the night or something like that, and you're only good at, say, support, and you have the top, the first pick is you, so you go ahead and pick support, but then you have two other people that want to play support as well. What do you do? Or, the most likely scenario, you're, say, third or fourth pick, and you call, say, top, and the first pick's like, no, fuck you, I'm going top. What do you do in that scenario? Or they just insta-lock in like that without even saying words, like, oh, it's pick order versus call order. Pick order always trumps it. I'm gonna tell you guys now, I've been in many games where, say I've called middle. Okay, the, first pick picks a middle champion, like Malzahar, for instance. I'm like, okay, I'll just fill from there because I'm third or fourth pick. And, generally I wind up being either support or jungle. Not a huge deal for me, because I can do anything. I generally fail anyway. But, there have been many times where the first pick insta-locks in onto whatever the hell they please, and just like, fuck you guys, I'm doing what I want, and ruining the experience of everybody else in the game. I'm of the mindset of, I don't care if you're gonna do call order or pick order first. Summoner 1 gets to pick whatever they want, Summoner 2 picks something else that's not the same thing, so on and so forth. Or I can go the whole, you call what you want and you get what you called. I can go either way. Either way is fine with me, just have it set to one specific thing. I know a lot of people struggle with this too, where it's just like, hey, I'm only good with, I main ADC and off jungle or something like that, or off mid. They're good at something and decent at another thing, but, it's really odd when, or not odd, just really bad when you have, three people call the same lane and all three of them are, only good at that one specific lane. What do you do at that point in time? It's really odd, and it's really frustrating when three people call the same lane and they only know how to do that one lane. Say three of them call top. What do? You have to hope that two of them can go ahead and fill in another role, because you can't have three top. That's just bad, that's just bad group composition. But yeah, what do you guys think on that? Do you go more in favor of, whole pick order decides what you get, or qual order? I could really care less which way it is. I just want there to be one concise way throughout every single game, so that way, everybody's not scrambling to get whatever they want first. If the community as a whole in League, however many players there are, what is it, like 15 million or something like that play League on a day-to-day basis. If all 15 million of us, or again, I'm just saying that number, I don't know how actually many it is, but say all 15 million of us can agree on, okay, it's going to be pick order, and then you have that one bad apple that's like, no, I'm going to be this way, then you just have more and more bad apples sprout out, because they get that one bad apple in their game, and that makes them bitter, and it's that whole revolving door. I want one clear, concise way on how we go about picking our champions, and how we go about, the order of it. Do we go call order, or do we go pick order, and which way are we going to stick with in general? Again, I could care either way if it's, pick order, if it's call order. I just want to have good games and hopefully win. So, if that means going pick order, fine. That has to be it. If it's call order, fine, that has to be it as well. But it can't be both. If it's both, you're gonna have a bad time. We've all seen it before. You call top, somebody else calls top, they're picked before you, and they say fuck you, you don't get your lane, and you wind up 2 top or something like that, and your bot gets screwed. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think it should be pick order? Do you think it should be call order? And why do you think that way? Obviously, there's only, 500 character limit? If you can't fit it all into the onto the comment section down below into like one 500 character comment, send me a personal message. I may or may not wind up putting this on the forums for League of Legends and be like, hey, why don't we just have one general concise thing? If I get enough of you saying we want it to be this one thing, I can, throw it up on the forums and have other people view it and just see what other people think as well. So I'm positive that everybody would like to have one consistent way, and we could all find a way to agree on it. Obviously, there's so many people that, we're not all gonna know what each other says, but if we can have a majority vote, I think that would be a very good way to get the League community to be less toxic, and just a better place to game in general. Because people are saying, oh, the League community's toxic, it's toxic, people there just suck, they're trolls, you should play Dota 2 if you want to play a real game, the League community is toxic. Any community is toxic. The WoW community is toxic, StarCraft 2 community is toxic, Terra community is toxic, EVE community is toxic. Any gaming community in general will be toxic. It just takes a few bad apples to leave a sour taste in somebody's mouth and make them not want to play that game. But again, if we can all be on the same page with stuff, that will make the League community just better in general, better as a whole, and make it so that way people will want to continue playing and bring new players in. I'm of the mindset of, just in general, the more we game, the better people we will be. Obviously, if you've watched any of my rage videos, you know I can be very, very, very ragey. But I'm taking out in video form. I'm not spamming chat and cursing people out, in chat where I can, where I don't really have the freedom of speech that I do on YouTube, that I do just in the US in general, where I can say, F the police, and it's my freedom of speech to say that. Obviously, while playing League, I have to abide by the terms and agreements and stuff like that. And, I'll be the first one to say, I'm a toxic player at times. But for the most part, I'm actually very helpful. I had the Great Mentor little badge on my League name for quite some time, and then I got extra teamwork points or something like that and overrode it, and now I don't have it, but I have like 99 teamwork points or something like that, or no, not 99, it's 95 helpful or something like that. It's really, really bonkers, but I'm a helpful player. I try and help people as much as possible, get them informed about the game, and just make them aware of, hey, you might be doing something wrong, this is what's going on. If we can get more people like that, just be like, hey, I play this game, I want it to be less toxic, then we can, we can have a very good game on our hands. But I feel, until we start agreeing on some stuff, we're not going to have then. First thing we can try and agree on is call order versus pick order. So, again, long story short, what do you guys think? Do you think it should be pick order that determines on what role you get in your League game? Or do you think it should be call order that determines what role you get in your game? Again, I'm a firm believer in whichever way works for that point in time. If, pick order works, fine, be a pick order. If call order works, be a pick order. There have been plenty of times where everybody's called something different and we've all had a good game because of it, and we wound up winning because everybody had a good, everybody was comfortable in their roles that they were in. But yeah, if we can get, one nice concise, majority rule, even if it's just 10 people in total that say something, say 7 people say, oh, we want it to be call order, 3 people say pick order, majority rule, call order wins. So I would go with that and post that up on the forums and stuff like that, and hopefully get the League community to be less toxic in that way. The more we work to be less toxic, the better it will be. But that is it, guys. Again, long story short, do you think it should be call order or pick order, and why? If it's too many, if you can't fit in the 500 character limit on the comments, go ahead and send me a personal message over YouTube. I'll read it. I'll write down how many say it should be call order, how many say it should be pick order, and go from there. But other than that, guys, my name has been Shadowswalm, and I will talk to you all next time.